Are you kidding me? The Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL just came out, and there's already some potential Pixel phone leaks. And there's also a ton of Samsung news. And of course, some updates and rumors on the upcoming Galaxy S10. So we'll jump into it right after this. Hey friend, this is Brandon from This Is Tech Today, your source for honest tech reviews, the news, and my views, and you're watching This Is Tech This Week, a weekly show in addition to my other content where I go over tech news from this past week that personally interests me. If that's something that interests you, make sure to share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified of when I post a new video. Otherwise, this lady's face will be stuck in disgust forever. Please think of this poor lady. Only you can save her. Hit that bell icon. Okay, you've probably heard of this silly Samsung foldable phone display thingy, and it would be foolish of me not to talk about it and share some of my thoughts. Earlier this week, Samsung unveiled at their Samsung Developer Conference, because apparently that's a thing, they unveiled their new foldable device with the new Infinity Flex display. Now, they've been working on this foldable display device for a number of years and finally have something to show for it. Kind of. What they unveiled is a device that was encased in some sort of box to hide the actual design. Enhance! Enhance! Enhance more! Enhance! So while it looks like it has some gnarly bezels, it isn't as awful looking as what you're seeing on the surface. They showed off the specific details of the screen dimensions and specs, and while they used a basic shape design for the slide, I just can't help but think that we'll probably get something generally similar in design later on, because everything that we're seeing in devices now is just a rectangle with a screen, so how do you make that more interesting? So with that said, having an outer screen with large top and bottom bezels, kind of like an old school iPhone, is kind of jarring to see. A leap forward in design and a leap back. And something that some of you may have thought, at least I have thought, is why isn't that foldable display on the outside instead of the inside? Kind of like that Royale display. I honestly think it comes down to durability. So that foldable display has some sort of flexible and strong polymer that can flex hundreds of thousands of times, and it protects itself by being on the inside. The outside is probably like your normal phone, where it's just Gorilla Glass. In the end, we'll find out for sure what this thing actually looks like and how it works in 2019. And thankfully, Android will natively support foldable displays, which is a good thing since other companies are trying to do their own thing with foldable displays. The last thing that we need is more fragmentation in Android, or we could just wait for Apple's version. Make sure you vote on whether or not you actually care about this device, because I actually don't. The real benefit of flexible displays comes in practical use. Can you imagine having a car where the dashboard or the beams of your car are actually screens? You wouldn't have blind spots, and that's really kind of awesome. You just have cameras around your car and can see through them. There's no risk of accidentally hitting someone. So that is not only cool, but practical, and I believe that practical always wins out. This device doesn't seem all that practical, at least in its current iteration. But what do you think? Go ahead and leave some comments, and of course, there's a This Is Tech Today community Discord server, so there's a link down below in the description if you want to join that. Now that you and I have talked about this foldable display, let's talk about the Galaxy S10 rumors. That's honestly what most people are more interested in, right? I mean, that's what the survey says. Also, this cat is back again. This part of the show is really cat heavy, so if you're allergic to cats, get some Claritin. That was so bad I'm slowly dying inside. By the way, this cat has a really good track record for Samsung leaks. Someone has told me that this is actually an employee at Samsung, but maybe one of you in the comments can fill me in on who this cat really is. Anyways, he recently let us know about some of the current developments for the Galaxy S10, one of which is the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that is built into the screen. This is much more accurate, faster, and can cover a larger area of the screen. After using the OnePlus 6T, I think the in-display fingerprint scanner is really cool and all, but it doesn't always work all the time. It's just slower and less accurate, resulting in many times where I've had to type in the passcode, which is a bit frustrating. The technology is just not as practical in recognizing a fingerprint like other sensors we've come to know. In many ways, it's felt like a really good parlor trick. If Samsung can pull off something that is more reliable and similar in accuracy and speed as other fingerprint sensors that we've used, it'll be awesome. And at the same developer conference, we were able to look at various screen configurations that OEMs can utilize with Samsung's new screen technology. There's an Infinity V, which is similar to the OnePlus 6T teardrop notch, the Infinity U, which is similar to the Essential phone, and the Infinity O, which seems to just have a hole off to the side in the corner. And then the Infinity display has a hidden camera, which is honestly what we all want. The cat says he thinks the Galaxy S10 will have an Infinity O screen, since the Infinity screen option, where the camera is hidden under the screen, will not be ready until 2020, simply because the camera cannot take in enough light, which is crucial to cameras. So if we're left with the Infinity O display design, that may cause us to freak out, right? We've seen some of those renders from Ben Gaskin, and thankfully, from what the cat knows, those designs are not accurate. And with the holiday season coming up, you need to make sure that you're finding accurate prices for your travel so you can save money. I have a clever way of showing you how with a virtual private network from this video sponsor, NordVPN. You may have some flights, hotels, and car rentals coming up. Well, a crazy trick to get a better deal is with a virtual private network that allows you to look like you're located in a different country. Surprisingly, travel companies will price their tickets differently depending on where you're located. So if you use a VPN, you can save hundreds of dollars for yourself, or way more if you're flying your whole family. So that easily covers the costs of NordVPN and then some. If you sign up with the link in the description and use promo code TECHTODAY, you can save 75% off your subscription if you sign up this month. That's only $2.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. And with my promo code, you'll get an extra month free on top of that. Seriously, this is a crazy deal that pays itself off really fast, and there's a link down below in the description to sign up, as well as instructions for this travel hack. Thank you so much, NordVPN, for supporting our community, and if you want to support the channel, please sign up. I'd really appreciate that. So the Pixel 3 and 3 XL were announced just a month ago, and we already have some leaks that are pointing towards some new Pixel devices. Occasionally, Google will release an update to one of their apps, and it'll reveal some information about some devices that they're working on. This time, the app is AR Core. Within the AR Core APK, which contains all that code there, it includes the names of multiple devices. In the latest update, we found 2 new names that were added to it that are named after fishes. Google likes to name their phones after fishes. The Pixel 3 was named Crosshatch, and the Pixel 3 XL was named Blue Line. One of the new additions to AR Core we've heard of before, Bonito. This was originally a name leaked out by Roland Quant in June. The name of it and other info surrounding it seemed to indicate that it was a mid-range, budget-type device for emerging markets using the Snapdragon 710 processor. Generally, it was thought that it was canceled because it didn't come out with the Pixel 3 and 3 XL. That happens a lot. Google and other manufacturers will develop multiple devices and can them throughout the process. I mean, RIP Pixel Watch. So it looks like this device is still being considered. It was rumored to be a Nokia branded phone, and because it was just added to the AR Core update, it may still be coming, just in 2019. The second device we haven't heard of before, Sargo. Since it is based on a fish like the other Pixel devices, and those names have aligned with the general size of the phones they represent, Sargo is a smaller fish than Bonito. If this is indeed a Google device and it is following the same naming conventions as the other ones, then this is actually a smaller device. So could this mean that we have a budget line of Pixel devices that have the same kind of sizes as the 3 and 3 XL? You have a smaller one and a bigger one? It's possible, and we know that there has been some budget level phones being worked on by Google. So we'll see what develops of this possible leak in the upcoming months. So it may not be time to get super excited about all this, but it may be time for us to keep a close eye on Google APKs. If you want to help us look for clues in those APKs, go ahead and join us and some wonderful people in the This Is Tech Today Discord community. There's a link below in the description. That's it. Make sure to check out my last video where I go over the new MacBook Air and how Apple seems to have positioned things to encourage you to buy the new iPad Pro instead. Their marketing says that the iPad Pro is a computer replacement, but I'm not so sure it's working. It's a really interesting discussion. Head over there and I'll see you over there in the comments. Make sure you share, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you haven't already. Thank you for watching This Is Tech Today. You just watched This Is Tech this week. Oh, and hey, have a great day.